Welcome back, folks. Gonna do something a little different instead of the typical highlighting of whatever startup I find that catches my interest. Tonight or today, I'm going to talk about basically an article I found from Forbes highlighting top trends
Hope you
for
find it interesting.
2024. If if it's of interest to people, I may do variations on this moving forward. Okay, so let's get into this. As I mentioned, it's a Forbes article. I'll try to put the link in the description. And okay, let's go. So, 2024, obviously, we had a rough 2023. I think volumes like venture capital, I thought I heard, fell by many tens of percent, maybe up to 50%, depending on the space you're in. So, uh, people are wondering what's going to happen in 2024. So let's get into that. Okay, so the first trend for 2024, the prediction is that we're going to see basically a great VC resignation, a shallowing of the pool, so to speak. Or I would think, maybe the weaker hands or the tired hands basically getting out of the game because the easy returns have been gotten, and it's going to be a lot more work, a lot harder moving forward to get any kind of a decent return. Okay, moving on to the next couple of items. Number two is there's a lot of dry powder, even with the shallowing of the pool, so to speak, with some people getting out of the game. There's there was an increase of 385% of venture capital dry powder between 2015 and 2023, I think. So that's huge amounts of money just sitting around, uncommitted, looking for a home. Number three is the hype around LLMs. I think the quote is great. In the short term, impact is overestimated, and in the long term, it's underestimated. So look for a pullback in that hype. The fourth one, I'm a little less clear on. They're talking about the critical importance of managing bias. Are they hyping up the disinformation stuff or DEI stuff, diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff? Not 100% clear on this, but at least some VCs think this is a trend that may be around in 2024. Okay, moving on. So number five, they're saying a drop in bridge rounds. Basically, it means that they're seeing in 2024 a shift to more early startup or new startup funding, as opposed to secondary funding, Series A, Series B, Series C. So that's very interesting. So good news if you're brand new, but if you're trying to get your Series A, it's going to be harder. And then a banner year for tech M&A. So that's pretty obvious. So you could get bought out. So there's another exit opportunity. Okay, so the next one, number seven. Here's an example of when you get the opinions of various people, you could get contradictory information. This person is saying VC secondaries will actually increase, although previously we heard that someone was saying that it'll be harder for older startups to get that bridge money. So interesting, just be aware of it. And then resetting of price expectations, meaning it'll be more expensive for startups at any stage to raise money, unless you're in one of those hot AI spaces. And number eight, uh, you know, the best are going to rise to the top. It'll be easier for them to get deals, and the rest will sink. Okay, the next one, basically, they're calling for a rebound in VC fundraising. Given how terrible 2023 was, it's not a surprise. I wouldn't expect it to bounce back to where 2020 and 2021 is or was, but it'll be better than 23 apparently. That's the call. And then finally, there's a huge transfer of wealth from the older generation, wealthy people who are passing on and passing the money on to their younger family members, children or whatever. So that transfer is taking place, and there seems to be more of an appetite among the ultra wealthy family offices for venture capital. So those two kind of tie in together. Okay, moving on. Number 11, new managers are just going to be spin-outs from existing bigger firms. This is not anything new in other industries, for example, like hedge funds. That's occurred a number of times, and there have been quite a few successful spin-offs. So this is just, excuse me, coming to VCs. So, and 12 kind of ties into that. You'll see hyper specialist VC firms and VCs. So that could be tied into the spinouts. Number 13, I'm just going to take a guess at this. I'm not 100% sure, so you can put in the comments if I got it wrong. But I'm thinking that it just means that VC firms are going to be very picky and look for the safe option, either through legacy, meaning you already have a connection to them, or specialization, like you're in the exact right industry that's hot, like you're an AI company, for example. That's my understanding. Let me know if I got that right or wrong. Finally, number 14, the rich are going to get richer. That's the summary. The best performing VC firms, they're going to generate the highest returns moving forward. So they'll have the connections, they'll attract more money, and it'll just be a cycle that will just self-reinforcing, I guess you can say it. So makes sense. I hope those were interesting. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll keep getting better and offering you more information about startups and who's early startups and who's raising money and what are the trends that you should know about, whichever part of the industry you're in.